Whatever we are is as a result of what we have inherited from our parents.
It's been 26 years for Professor Ngozi Osarere as a university lecturer. After her class, she talks about Nigeria's education system.
The educational system, there is nothing basically wrong with our system, but it's the running of the system that has a problem. We have very wonderful policy, but it's implementing those policies that is the issue. We still have serious issues with infrastructure. We still have serious issues with materials. We still have serious issues with staff welfare. A staff that is not happy will not be able to give all, will not be motivated to give all. But that does not mean that we are not doing our best. Because the students that we graduate from here, when they go outside the country, they excel, they do so well. They do so well because we have inculcated in them the right attitude.
She touches on university requirements for prospective students who want to read education and what sort of teacher they should turn out to be.
It's 5 credits, including English and maths. If the person is science-oriented, the person will be in education science. If the person is arts-oriented, the person will be in the humanities. According to our sage in education, Professor Payo Banga, a qualified teacher is not necessarily a competent teacher. And a competent teacher is not necessarily an efficient teacher. And the efficient teacher is not necessarily an effective teacher. We are more interested in the effective teacher.
I've been an educationist for about 19 years now, and being in the education industry, you meet with a lot of teachers that are ready to do the job, teachers that love their job, and teachers that are intellectually sound. Along the line, you meet with so many types of teachers who are indolent, who are not ready to work, who will never go and do their homework, because when you want to give something to the children, especially now in this jet age, you have to be sound yourself, know your onions.
However, one major concern is what has been described as the continued decline in the education sector, owing not just to inadequate infrastructure, but to other modifiable factors.
In the secondary schools, we have, in some states, or rather in many states, they don't have the full complement of teachers for all the subjects. Some key subjects, English, maths, and the sciences, in most states, except the schools in the urban areas. There are some places you go to, you have, in a school, you have like 4 teachers in a school. And those students are supposed to prepare for WAEC. And you know WAEC is a regional exam, not a national exam. So how are you expecting a child that did not have a physics teacher, for instance, to write physics in WAEC with people that had physics teachers from SS1, SS2, SS3? There should be deliberate policy of recruitment and retention of teachers.
This syndrome of everyone is working, the father is not at home, the mom is not at home. Most times you discover that these children are left on their own. They do these things, at times they don't just do it. You think you've employed someone to actually, take these children through their probably homework or things like that, but at the end of it all, you discover that a child goes home with the homework and comes back. Why? The simple truth is that there's nobody there to put this child through. Quite okay, a lesson teacher may be employed for that child, but the lesson teacher is just there to have 2 hours to spend with you. Let's do this. This is what I have planned for you today. Let's just do it. What about the rest? It is the parent, the mom or the dad that will be there and make sure that this child goes through all of these things and is set for the next day.
Yet, the ball is also in the court of some of the teachers.
There are so many things that you can find out amongst the students. If you are the meticulous type and you are the patient type, if you are not patient, you can identify such attributes. There are some of them that are introverts, there are some of them that are extroverts, there are some of them that are hyperactive, there are some of them that are gentle to a fault, there are some of them that are just talkative. But as a teacher, you have that responsibility to identify all these areas and help them to channel it towards the good parts.
If we have to say the truth, some of the people that parade themselves as lecturers have no business being in the tertiary institution. In terms of the attitude to work, the attitude to students. And that is why some universities, because I'm in a university and I understand that better, some universities now have quality assurance units to make sure that lecturers teach what they ought to teach and teach when they ought to teach. Because there are some lecturers in some places that in a whole semester they go to class twice. They come, introduce the course, and go away. And come towards the end. Do you have any questions for me? Any question? And that is the end of the story. That is not teaching. That is cheating. But we still have very many committed lecturers making sacrifices, bending backwards over to ensure that students get the best.